Welcome everybody, this is the Benchinator, and welcome to my new Let's Play. So as I had mentioned before, at the completion of my previous one, Chrono Trigger, we're going to be playing a game known as Saga Frontier. Now, you may have not heard of this game before, but it was the first game released on the PlayStation as part of what is known as the Saga series, and this dates all the way back to, on the Game Boy, Final Fantasy Legend. You also have Romancing Saga as well, something a little less well known. And there were a couple of fairly recent titles. There was a game called Ultimate Saga, which was just kind of disappointing, really disappointing. So I am going to be this is going to be a fun LP to do, but Saga Frontier, if you guys know anything about Saga games, they tend to be, they're not for the light of heart. They're not for casual RPGers. These games can be tough, they can be challenging. And you know, there's a lot of imperfections in Saga games as well, so this is going to be definitely a very different experience than doing something like Chrono Trigger, but I am definitely looking forward to it. So, this of course is the intro screen. It's got a pretty great intro music theme as well. Saga Frontier has got pretty good music. So, anyway, let's hit the start button. So, the way that this game works, just so you guys have an idea, because this will make understanding this game a lot easier, is that this game consists primarily of 7 different quests, and you have 7 different protagonists, and they all kind of exist in what are known as the regions, which is kind of this free-roaming plane. And depending on what quest you decide to pick, each character has different goals, different motivations, and so these quests are pretty short for the most part, but because this is a Saga game, a lot of the bosses are going to make your trip very difficult. So this is a game that's going to require a lot of grinding. I'm going to be doing a lot of off-screen stuff, and I'm going to be showing you guys what I think is the best way to get through all 7 of these quests, because it's not obvious. It's a mean game, and it's not going to tell you things, but the good thing is that you can save anywhere. So anyway, select a new game, and let me just explain something a little bit about these 7 quests. So there are some quests that, if you're new to this game, that I would strongly recommend that you start off with. So, for example, and I'm probably going to put this on annotations, so that way you guys can tell you my suggestion. So, Amelia is a good place to start. T260 is also a good place to start. And this guy, Red, is also a good place to start as well. You do not want to start off by playing Lute's quest or Riki's quest. Otherwise, you'll just rage quit, because these can be very aggravating quests. And also the same thing with the Celis quest, probably something for later. However, for the purposes of this video, I am actually going to be doing the quest of this guy over here, and that is Blue, because not only does Blue become one of the more broken characters in this game, but he has the easiest access to the free roaming world from the very beginning. And so I'm going to use Blue, I'm going to play through his quest, and I'll be using him to show you about a lot of interesting tidbits in this game, and just kind of give you an idea of what you're supposed to do. So let us start off with our friend Blue. And you'll find out more about his background in just a little bit. So anyway, before you actually get started with this game, what's going to happen is that it's going to ask you to create system data. And so, slot 2, there we go. And you definitely want system data. You have the option of not doing it, but I would not recommend that. So you definitely want to have system data. It's going to be very useful for when you've done all 7 quests. So, and then as far as your name goes, you can do anything you want. It's just kind of a visual record. So since I am the Benchinator, I will put the Benchinator. Even though, or however many characters I can put in. I might be like Benjinato or something, which is fine. So there we go. Benjinao. Okay, we'll go with Benjinao. It says it's a nice name, but it's really not. And I, of course, am a Leo. So, actually, I'm not 100% sure about this. This is one of the few aspects of the game that I don't know much about. But apparently, depending on what your sign is, it makes it so that you can learn certain techniques a little bit easier. But I'm not too worried about that. It's not that big of a deal. So, blood type, I think I'm actually type AB, if I recall. So, universal recipient, which is pretty cool. And, alright, so then you just have the system data, and every time you beat a quest, it will record on that system data, so we'll be explaining all that as well. I am pretty excited to play this game, as frustrating as it can be. It's actually a lot of fun. Very unique. Something really different, and I think a game that... one of the reasons I'm doing this game, too, is because I've seen some LPs on the internet of this game, and quite frankly, a lot of them are not very good. They don't do any editing. You know, the advice that's given is not great. So, anyway, let us begin the quest of Mr. Blue. Here we go. Oh, yeah. Look at that scenery. You can already tell the graphics are astronomically better than in Chrono Trigger, even if this game is not as immensely popular as it is. Alright, so look at all these people standing around. Alright, so we're graduating college. Woohoo! Alright. Well, I guess I must be just awesome. Yay, there's me! I'm a sprite on a pre-rendered background. Yes, I don't have much of a choice, do I? Alright, we get to leave the kingdom. That's always fun. So his goal is to learn different types of magic. Interesting. Any means necessary. Well, those are dangerous words, aren't they? Okay, well, maybe that's going to be part of the quest. Who knows? Saying goodbye to the schoolmaster. Alright, so... is that my schoolmaster? He's some kind of Greek god? Might be hard to read, but yeah, it says, Blue, you're the chosen one. Your magic is powerful as that of your twin. But living in your brother's shadow, you'll never be a true magician. Your destiny leads you. This very day, in another place, your brother Rouge also attends his graduation. Our kingdom does not need two complete musicians. We need a superior one. We believe that is you. Now go and discover magic's most profound power and acquire and kill Rouge, piano. So, yeah, apparently I got a brother whose name is Red in French that I have to kill. Okay, so this part is actually kind of nifty. So, this is what is known as the region map, and this is a device that only Blue can use that will transport you to any region that you've been before. But starting off, there are two places you can go. You can either go to Devon, or you can go to Luminous. So let's go to Luminous. Check out what's there. So, as you manually travel to other regions, you'll be able to use that region map. So in Luminous you'll find shadow magic, and so yeah, so in this particular town you can get what is known as I'm sorry, light and shadow magic, but we're not going to be dealing with that right this minute. There's a couple of other things that I want to show you. And by the way, if you just saw a flash of a person and disappeared, that is Rouge, and you cannot get Rouge in this quest, but you can get him in other quests. So now I'm going to show you some cool stuff about this game. So anyway, wow. Sounded funky for a second. So here's half of the list of regions, and so the actually first place that you want to... I'll actually show you, first of all, is Manhattan, because Manhattan doesn't really have a whole lot of significance in this game, so might as well just kind of show you what's there, so you have an idea, and that way you don't have to worry too much about it. So yeah. There we go, and there's the nice little ship, and so this place is actually... it's kind of got some cool scenery. Oh yeah, look at that big city right there. So yeah, we're just doing a little bit of exploring. I wanted to show you guys just a couple of the regions before we get going. And so here's a shopping mall, and yeah, you can talk to some of the. All right. Yeah, there was a little bit of skipping there. All right. Yeah. So, and these people, you know, they kind of say the same thing in the entire game. So yeah. This particular shopping mall was not super important, but that's okay. That guy is somebody that you might have to deal with a little bit later. As is that guy. So, anyway. Yeah, I may have to check the integrity of my recording equipment when I'm done with this, but it's alright. It's going okay for now. So yeah, and there's people that are kind of friendly. And so there is actually, I missed it, one place that's kind of fun to check out, and that is this little place right here. And so you can actually, yeah, later you can buy what are known as accessories for blue, which is great, and we only have 1,000 credits right now. Don't want to talk to you again. And so one of the things you have to keep in mind about this game is that money is actually very rare. And there is going to be a trick that I'm going to be showing you later on, which will pretty much nullify your money problems. So, that's part of it. And of course, you can also go to what is known as the CTC building, which is, you know, kind of looks like something from Gotham City. Kind of cool. Anyway, so you go in here, and you talk to the secretary, or the receptionist, I should say. She says good morning. You can't really do anything with that particular in this particular quest with blue. Other quests that actually will become important though. So anyway, now that we've explored Manhattan, not really a big deal for this quest unless you want to get some accessories. This is a city that's actually quite important, and that is what is known as Koorong. All right, now we get to fly there, a fancy little ship-like thing. It's one of the only when you're flying out of Manhattan do you get to see that little model. So anyway, this is the big city, and yeah, this you can't go in there. So actually, one of the things I just want to show you quickly is that you have all your standard regions, but then if you go to other, you can go to a bunch of other regions that you can only access from Koorong. So this is really kind of your central hub. So anyway, let's take a look at the city of Koorong. So this place kind of reminds me of Hong Kong, actually. Big city, kind of, some parts are shoddy. And this guy sells you potion, you know, in a very shady way, just kind of standing behind a thing. And actually right here is what is known as the gold exchange. And so what happens is that this is supposed to be based on a supply and demand system. You buy a piece of gold, the price goes up for the next piece, and if you sell one, then the price goes down. But we're going to be using a very nifty trick later on for dealing with that. So anyway, this is the city of Koorong, and I'm going to be showing you a little bit more about what's here in the next video. So anyway, you guys, thank you for watching the very first episode of Let's Play Saga Frontier. This is the Benchinator, and I will see you guys next time.